7 hidden signs. You have a spiritual attachment and the exact steps to clear it safely. Take a slow breath with me first. You do not need to rush through this, and you definitely do not need to scare yourself. When you are sensitive, when you love deeply, and when you carry a lot for other people, it is completely possible to feel like something has latched on. And if that is what you are feeling, I want you to know 2 things straight away. First, you are not weak. Second, you are not alone. A spiritual attachment can feel confronting because it touches the part of you that just wants to feel like yourself again. I have sat with many clients who say, I do not recognize my mood, or I feel heavy in a way I cannot explain. If that is you, I will guide you carefully through the signs, then walk you through removal, protection, and the safe, steady clearing of negativity. I am going to speak to you directly, just as if you were sitting across from me. No drama, no fear, just practical, grounded steps. One important note, spiritual care sits alongside medical and mental health care, not in place of it. If you are experiencing severe insomnia, panic attacks, paranoia, hallucinations, or thoughts of self-harm, please seek urgent professional support. You can do spiritual protection alongside proper medical care, but you should not carry intense symptoms alone. Now let us talk about what a spiritual attachment is, what it is not, and how you clear it safely. What a spiritual attachment is, in simple terms, a spiritual attachment is an energetic influence that sits in your field and doesn't shift with normal rest. It can feel like heaviness, a not you mood, intrusive mental noise, or energetic crowding. Most attachments are not movie-style hauntings, they are subtle and gradual. A spiritual attachment usually forms when you are in an energetically open or depleted state. This includes times of profound grief, burnout, severe trauma, or when visiting emotionally intense places like hospitals. It can also happen in relationships where boundaries are consistently crossed, or during spiritual practices done without grounding. Sometimes you are not dealing with an entity at all. Sometimes it is residual energy like emotional smoke lingering in your system. Sometimes it is an unhealthy energetic cord to another person. Sometimes it is simply your nervous system in overload. The goal is not to obsess over what it is, but to restore your sense of self, your stability, and your peace. Before we call it a spiritual attachment, let us check the basics. I say this to protect you. Many common signs of spiritual attachment overlap with everyday issues like anxiety, depression, hormone changes, grief, burnout, trauma responses, or even poor sleep and nutrition. If your life has been relentless, your energy field will feel thin. That does not mean you have a spiritual attachment. It means your system needs support. A very useful question to keep asking yourself is, does this shift when I sleep, eat properly, and calm my nervous system, or does it stay regardless? If it stays, that is when we look more closely at spiritual clearing. The 7 hidden signs you have a spiritual attachment. You do not need to have all 7 for this to be relevant. Even 2 or 3 strong signs are enough to take action. 1. Your mood changes feel sudden, intense, and unfamiliar. You know your own emotional range. With this sign, you might feel like you drop into anger or despair out of nowhere, or a sudden fog falls over you. A spiritual attachment takes advantage of emotional openings when you are tired. What to do? Start tracking timing. Notice if it happens after contact with certain people, specific rooms, or scrolling your phone. Patterns matter. 2. You wake up tired or heavy, even after a full night's sleep. You sleep long enough, but wake up feeling foggy, heavy in your chest, emotionally flat, or like the room feels stale. When you are sensitive, your sleep can become a time when your field is more open. What to do? Improve your bedroom energy and protection first. You will get the exact steps below. 3. Your thoughts become repetitive, intrusive, or unusually harsh. In spiritual terms, a common sign is when thought patterns have a tone that is not yours. Clients often say it sounds like someone else's voice, telling them to isolate or mistrust everyone. A spiritual attachment thrives on repetition to wear you down. What to do? Do not argue with the thoughts. Strengthen your body and boundaries. Clear the field, then reassess. 4. Your home feels heavy, especially in one specific area. If you feel okay outside, but your chest tightens when you walk into your home, pay attention. Maybe one room feels colder. Arguments always happen in the same space, or you feel watched. Homes hold the residual imprint of stress and grief. What to do? Combine practical physical cleaning with energetic cleansing. 5. You feel worse when you try to do spiritual practices. You might notice headaches when you meditate, nausea when you light a candle, or sudden fear when you pray. This happens because spiritual practice increases sensitivity. If your field is already overloaded, you can feel too open. What to do? Simplify your practice. Ground first, protect first, and keep it short. 6. You become unusually reactive to certain people. This appears as irrational anger towards someone safe, sudden intimidation, or a strong urge to cut people off dramatically. Sometimes it is a spiritual attachment amplifying stress or an unhealthy energetic cord. What to do? Take a boundary pause, limit contact where you can, and clear cords gently. 7. Your usual self-care stops working. You normally keep routines, pray, or eat well, but suddenly you cannot gain traction and keep sliding backwards. This often means your system is depleted and something is energetically pulling on you. What to do? Stop judging yourself. Use a simple, repeatable clearing plan to reduce decision fatigue. The exact steps to clear it safely. This method works whether you are dealing with an attachment, residual energy,